Film is something we've consumed since a very young age and continue to watch to this day. It could be to pass time, spend some time with your friends in a theater, or to study the specifics of the film. The fact is, we love films, but there are many terms related to the films we watch. Today, I will go over 10 film terms in detail in hopes to give you a better understanding of them. Let's get right into it. One of the most prominent aspects of a film is the score. The score is an original piece of music made specifically for a film. This is different from a soundtrack, which is a confirmation of licensed music either made specifically for the film or pre-existing songs used in the film. The score can really bring up the atmosphere of a film. Take Joker for example. There have been many great composers for film that make iconic pieces. Everyone knows the themes of Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jaws, and Jurassic Park. Those were all done by John Williams, one of the most well-known composers. Without scores, film will be empty, so appreciate the scores in your favorite films. Sometimes the film you see isn't the product that the director envisioned. Studio executives can come out and demand a lot of changes to the film you're working on. That's why there are director's cuts. They are edited versions of existing films to be more in line with how the director originally envisioned them. One company has been notorious for changing their films, Warner Bros., more specifically DC. In 2017, Warner Bros. Released Justice League. The film did not receive well, with both critics and audiences. But the film that came out was not made in the way that the original director Zack Snyder intended. Before the movie was finished, Zack Snyder had to exit the film due to his daughter passing away. Warner Bros. Then hired Avengers director Joss Whedon to finish the movie. He made quite a few changes to the film, which weren't necessary, and changed the tone of the movie to be more comedic. After the release of the theatrical version, DC fans cried out to Warner Bros. To let Zack Snyder finish his original version. In 2020, Warner Bros. Announced that they will finally let Zack Snyder finish the original version of the film. It came out in March 2021 on HBO Max, Crave Canada, to much better reviews and fanfare from fans. There are more films that had director's cut, but Zack Snyder's Justice League is the most well-known and a very important one. Filmography refers to a list of movies that one person has worked on, commonly for directors and actors. One of the best ways to find a person's filmography is through IMDb. You can search up anyone and find the movies they have worked on in seconds. For example, here's Christopher Nolan's filmography for being a director, and here's Nicolas Cage's filmography for being an actor. You know those black bars you see when you're viewing a movie on your phone, computer, or TV? Well, that's because each device has its own aspect ratio, and films have this set of aspect ratios as well. To explain it as simply as possible, most movies are wider than displays. A TV's aspect ratio looks like this, while most films use this aspect ratio. In order to fit the movie on the screen, the image is shrunken down and has black bars to properly preserve the aspect ratio, or is cropped to fill the entire screen. Most physical forms of movies have separate options to view movies in full screen or cropped widescreen. Here's a clip comparing the two modes with 2002 Spider-Man. When three movies take place in a shared universe, we call that a trilogy. Action and fantasy movies are the most common to get trilogies, with such examples as the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, and more. However, all genres can get trilogies. For example, we have the Before Sunrise trilogy, a series of romantic drama movies that each respective sequel took 9 years after the last film to come out. In fact, sometimes movies that seem unrelated can be part of a trilogy. In 2016, M. Night Shyamalan released Split, which was advertised as an original film. However, at the end of the film, it was revealed to take place in the same universe as his 2000 movie Unbreakable. Due to the success of Split, a third movie entitled Glass came out in 2019, taking characters from both movies and putting them together and creating what is known as the Unbreakable trilogy. You ever watch a show and go like, I sure wish this could be turned into a subpar movie. Well, we can thank adaptations for that. Anything from a book, a TV show, an old fairy tale, or some other form of media can be turned into a film. Sometimes it can turn out good, like the upcoming Dune movie, the first SpongeBob movie, and of course the fiction Diver with the Kid Logic Rules. But sometimes they can get bad, like The Last Airbender, the upcoming Dear Evan Hansen movie, or Twilight. Sorry Twilight fans, we all know the movie isn't good. Hell, it doesn't even have the best baseball scene in the movie. That of course goes to Space Jam. Your movie known to as many people as possible is key to making your movie successful, which is why trailers are one of the most important aspects in the advertising process. You want to build excitement for the movie, but you don't want to spoil the entire movie or make the movie look really underwhelming. When a trailer gets everything right, excitement for the movie can skyrocket. However, failing to make a good trailer can make people want to avoid your movie. Or you could be A Dog's Way Home and just show the entire movie through the trailer. Like, why are you showing me that the dog eventually finds its way home? What the fuck? Imagine a film with no editing at all. Just one continuous shot, including double takes of lines, clapboard shots, talk between the cast, and everything else in the filming process. It'd be a mess, right? That's why we have film editors. They take every part of the film and put it together. This includes the actual scenes of the film, the score, and the VFX. They also have to do additional things like cut unwanted parts of the scenes, add transitions, color correct, and more. But sometimes film editing can be weird. Take the Warner Bros. Production logo for the re-release of Lethal Weapon 4. It originally had a special Warner Bros. Logo for the 75th anniversary, which then cuts into an explosion. So when it came time to re-release the film, they did this. Animation needs no introduction. It's the opposite of live-action films, where no human actor is present physically, and the characters are made in a variety of ways. Sometimes it can be hand-drawn, computer animated, or even something like stop motion. It's great that animation exists, because without it, there would be films that would be literally impossible to make, even with advanced CGI. One singular scene. A scene can be anything. A talk between characters, an establishing shot of the world around them, Porky Pig's rap in Space Jam A New Legacy. It's the embodiment of film. A scene can single-handedly make a movie amazing, or ruin it. If there's multiple takes of one scene, you never get it right on the first try, but every single moment of a film is a scene. Every single frame. And we use the word scene as closure. Even outside of film, when it's all over, we end off with end scene.